You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in. All right, you guys. So like, share, subscribe as y'all tap on in. Appreciate everybody that's going to show love and support the content, man. Support the channel. And let's get right into this video, man. Got to talk about this situation. Marcellus Wiley has just made a response on his YouTube channel. And I think that that's the worst thing that man could have ever did. I think that if he is getting any legal advice, he's getting horrible legal advice. Yeah, I can't fathom that the man is getting legal advice at all. Because anybody with any kind of sense that would talk during an open investigation, like what he has right now, especially, let me say this, especially when you have multiple allegations and you have a class action lawsuit that has been filed against you in Columbia University, where you have multiple women, right? Even women who come from the age of 13 said that you were allegedly grooming them, right? One of them said that about you, dog. And you have been accused of R-wording multiple women, man. For you, first of all, you went public on those civil cases and talked about those. And you said that those civil cases were dismissed. That was a lie. You showed paperwork. You said it was a dismissal, but really those cases are expanding. Those cases are expanding against you. You started out this video, brother, and you said in this video you did today on YouTube that you were arrested, not charged. No, Marcellus. You were both charged and arrested, sir. This is the reason why you were arrested. You were arrested and charged with domestic battery, man. I mean, you have to understand the law, bro. I don't know what's up with you, but you got to understand the law. Marcellus Wiley was both arrested and formally charged. The former NFL star and podcaster was taken into custody on July the 4th, 2026, and booked on one misdemeanor count of domestic battery. The incident, according to the Orange County Sheriff's Department arrest affidavit, deputies responded to a battery complaint at the World Center Marriott in Orlando, Florida. Right? So you said that you were not charged. No, you were charged. And you were arrested. You said you were only arrested. That's the first thing you started off by saying. Now let's get back to you, Marcellus. Also, you said, oh, well, I was charged with where is the injury? Sir, she didn't say that you beat her up. She said that you poked her in her face. She said you put your finger in her face and you threatened to unalive her. Right? She said you did read the arrest affidavit. Let me read the whole arrest affidavit because it just wasn't that one day. She said you did something that was both days as far as things you were saying, right? Now, beyond that, because I got the actual arrest affidavit, Marcellus. Beyond that, brother, you also stated, oh, well, and here's a contradiction I saw in what you said. This is why you should not talk, Marcellus. You said, oh, well, she said, I've been doing this over a while. Why come out now? Why not report it then? You said she'd been cheating for a long time. Why didn't you divorce her then? Why you come forward with that now? See how easy it is to get cooked, Marcellus? It's too easy for a guy like you to get cooked, man. Because when you live in cap, this is what happens, brother. You're going to get cooked and called out for your cap. You can come online and fool however many people you want with your little educated talk and this, that, and the third, bro. People ain't going for it, man. A lot of your followers will because they want to believe you. Oh, Marcellus, man, I can't believe you. I don't know you, man. Any people don't know you. They didn't come up on a day-to-day with you. All I'm doing is calling out your hypocrisy, sir. That's all I'm doing. You said your wife have come out now and claim unreported past violence. But you yourself claim in your own post online that you have compiled evidence over the years on your wife that you did not use over the years to divorce her. You claim she been cheating and that she cheated. You gave a whole scenario who she cheated with and you stayed with her. You didn't address that. Strikes you, right? So Marcellus, this is the actual narrative from your soon-to-be ex-wife, right? And let's get right to it right here. You see your name right there, brother. And it says right here, on the 4th of July at approximately 16:47 hours, I responded to the 8701 World Center Drive referencing to a battery, right? One subject was transported to BRC without incident. My investigation revealed on the following. On that date, at approximately 16:47 hours, our Deputy Sheriff Odell responded to the World Marriott located at 8701 World Center Drive in reference to a battery. On scene, I met with Bleep, victim one, who provided the following via verbal and sworn written statement. Bleep stated that she had been married to Marcellus Wiley, defendant one, for approximately 14 years. They have 3 children in common. The children are Bleeps, and Bleeps. At the time of the incident, Bleep and Marcellus were staying at the World Center Marriott located at 8701 World Center Drive with their children. When deputies initially made contact with Bleep, she stated that she wanted deputies to remove her husband from their shared hotel room due to her being afraid of him, right? So she wanted them to remove you from the hotel room. That's what they're saying in the police report, right? She wanted them to remove you from the hotel room. It doesn't say right here, hey, she wanted you to be arrested. Read the line. It says that she wanted deputies to remove her husband from their shared hotel room due to her being afraid of him. She stated Marcellus told Bleep that he was going to kill her, and she was afraid of his behavior. When asked to elaborate, she said on the previous morning, Marcellus had put his hands on her. Now, what does that mean, put his hands on you? Does that mean punched you, beat you, slapped you, kicked you? Nobody knows all this. So when you say, hey, man, why wasn't there any marks? Bro, there's no explanation to when she said put her hands on her. She could have meant push her. She could have meant grab her, pull her. Sometimes those don't leave marks. So when you said, oh, what are marks? Bro, come on, stop playing semantics. So Bleak stated that on the morning of July the 3rd, she was in the bedroom of the hotel sitting on the bed. Bleep stated that Marcellus stood over the bed and used one finger to sternly poke her in the cheek. Bleep said that he did not have permission to do any of this. And she stated that she believed he did this to cause her harm. Bleep stated that her 7-year-old daughter, Bleep, witnessed the incident. Bleep stated that Marcellus has an unreported history of violence towards her, and she was planning to divorce him when they returned home to California. Bleep did not request medical attention for the incident, so she didn't even request medical attention. So why are you even asking about that, Marcellus? See, you play word semantics like, oh, well, where's the marks? She didn't even ask for medical attention. It's right here in the paperwork, dog. This is why you got to read paperwork, bro. Marcellus, you can fool people who are not smart. You can't fool me. Right? And Jason Whitlock can sit over there and cap and not report. If this was Stephen A. Snitch, if this was Shannon Sharp, that dude would be going crazy. Right? So it says right here in your paperwork, she didn't even request medical attention. She did not request for you to be arrested. She only asked them to move you from the room. So according to the police report, brother, so it says the cop says I did not observe any physical injuries to her from this incident. So he didn't observe physical injuries and she didn't request an ambulance or medical attention. Bleep wrote a sworn statement, completed domestic violence paperwork, and was provided a victim's rights booklet with case number Bleep invoked in her martial law rights. Deputies interviewed Bleep about what she had observed the morning of the 3rd. She stated while in the room, she did observe Marcellus Wiley touch. She did not observe Marcellus Wiley touched Bleep, but she did hear them arguing. Deputies made contact with Marcellus in the hotel room. Upon arriving at the hotel, deputies observed Marcellus was located inside the hotel room with the 3 children and several other additional children that were part of a basketball tournament taking place at the hotel. Deputies asked Marcellus to step out and interviewed him in the hallway. Marcellus provided the following via verbal statement. Marcellus stated that he and his wife had not had any physical altercation while at the hotel, and he also stated that they have never had any physical violence between them. Marcellus stated that he believed his wife had called deputies to make a report due to her intention to divorce him. Marcellus stated that he had been taking care of the children and no violence had occurred between them. Marcellus also showed deputies all of the text messages between himself and her through the 3rd and through the 4th. Marcellus showed that all the text messages between them on these 2 dates were cordial and did not show any angry argumentative messages. After conducting our investigation, we determined. So the cops said that they conducted their investigation, right? This is the cops now. She didn't ask for you to be arrested. She said, hey, can y'all move him out this room to a different room? They arrested you, Marcellus, after they conducted their own investigation. All you gotta do is read the paperwork. See, brother? It's right here in your paperwork, dog. It says, after conducting our investigation, we determined the following. Bleep stated in a sworn written statement that Marcellus did intentionally touch her against her will. There were no witnesses to the incident as the only other person in the room, right? Bleep did not observe the moment of the reported battery, right? Based on this information, probable cause exists to charge Marcellus with battery, domestic violence, right? Marcellus was transported to BRC without incident. So the cops made the call that, hey, man, we got to take him in. Now, if you guys know the law says this. The wife don't even got to want you to be arrested. If the wife calls him and says, hey, man, I need y'all to remove him, because she didn't ask for him to be arrested. It's in the paperwork. The wife asked him to be moved to a separate room, according to the paperwork right here. This is the official paperwork I'm showing y'all. Right? She asked the cops, hey, man, look, we had a situation. Can y'all move him to a different room? I don't want him to be in this room with me. I'm afraid of him. Basically is what she's saying. Right? Well, the cops took over, did an investigation, and found that there was probable cause to arrest him for domestic battery and charge him with domestic battery. But he said, oh, I didn't get charged. You did get charged, brother. You literally got charged. And let's go back to the other part. This part right here, right? Where you stated that, and this was online, where you stated that the charges, that the civil cases were being thrown out or dismissed and blah, 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 blah. I got that on your Instagram too. I'll pull that up in a different video. But the claims against Marcellus Wiley and Columbia University have significantly expanded into a proposed class action lawsuit. Wiley's specific public statements claiming that the cases were entirely dismissed are highly misleading and technically false, according to reports, Marcellus, as the core litigation remains active and has grown larger. The truth behind Wiley's dismissal claim, while Wiley posted a public statement on social media claiming that 3 cases against him had already been thoroughly reviewed and thrown out, end quote. That was your quote, by a judge. However, this claim obscures the actual reality of the litigation. The original suit, Marcellus, a lawsuit, was initially filed under New York's Adult Survivors Act by Janine D. Novius, who accused Wiley of R-wording her at Columbia University dorm room in 1994. The dismissal, quote-unquote, context, while certain individual components, technical motions, or specific filings in the multi-part civil actions may have seen procedural dismissals or modifications, the underlying legal battle was never permanently thrown out, Marcellus. Marcellus, the lawsuit expanded into a class action, brother. Instead of being resolved, the litigation escalated dramatically. A motion was filed in the Manhattan Supreme Court to transfer the individual civil claims into broader class action lawsuit against both Marcellus Wiley and Columbia University. New accusers, 4 additional women came forward under penalty of perjury, expanding the pool of accusers. This includes a former ESPN production assistant alleging misconduct later in his professional career. Allegations against Columbia. The class action formally alleges that Columbia University Administrators historically enabled and covered up Marcellus Wiley's behavior during his time as a star student athlete to protect his NFL eligibility, creating a false image of safety that endangered subsequent victims. The civil litigation over these sexual allegations remains very active in the court system, and the original accuser's legal team is currently leveraging Wiley's recent domestic violence arrest to compel Columbia University to turn over more internal documents on you, buddy. And so that's going to hurt, too, if they got him. And let me say this. Jason Whitlock tried to downplay it like, oh, well, Columbia University got all this money, so the girls are trying to, man, Jason Whitlock, you're disgusting. If this was anybody else, Stephen A. Snitch, Shannon Sharp, anybody you don't like, you would have been going for days busting their chops. Remember what you did with that lawsuit against FS1, how you was going crazy? You was talking all that yin-yang. You was talking all that yin-yang. Then you came on here talking about Joy Taylor's, her cans and peanut butter skin and what you were capable of doing, Jason. Jason Whitlock is disgusting, y'all. And go look on his channel. That is exactly the narrative he was pushing, like, oh, well, they going after, you know what I'm saying, Columbia. And let me dispel this narrative, too, about, oh, well, the wife is going after Marcellus for his money. What money? The man has a public defender. He has a public defender. He has a $500,000 claim against him over a loan that the bank claims he defaulted on. I don't even want to put his paperwork up here from the arrest that shows how much money he claims that he's in debt versus how much he makes. Cut the cap. Y'all be coming on YouTube talking about stuff, and y'all don't even do y'all homework to know and understand the parameters of this thing. And the girl herself said the man borrowed $100,000 from her. And she alleges that he ran her credit card up. She said he bought $100,000 from her, never paid her back, and ran her credit card for $100,000. And she said that she had to use the kids' account to pay certain bills. Come on, man. Those are her allegations against him. Cut it out, man. Marcellus, like I said, bro, you should have never came online talking about your case. That's the worst thing you can do, brother. That lets me know either you got a bad lawyer or you really got a problem with a lawyer. Because anything you say online can and will be used against you, Buster. Like, share, subscribe, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all click those links below. Subscribe to the podcast show. You can donate support to the channel, Cash App, PayPal, or buy that weight loss formula. All the links are below. Peace.